With your boy King Say So, and I'm back from Get To It. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you always watch the full video.
On the 31st of May 2014, only a few months after Lil Mark's death, Durk would be out in Chicago, driving around with his cousin MacArthur Swindle, who is known as Lil Durk's new rap prodigy, OTF Nunu, or Nooski. They would stop at a strip mall on the 700 block of East 87th Street, and Durk would go to visit one of the stores, while Nooski stayed back and waited in the car. At around 3:20 PM, while Durk was inside the store, someone would suddenly approach the car, opening fire at Nooski, who would attempt to drive away from the situation. Unfortunately, he'd already been hit numerous times, and would crash his car into a nearby storefront window before succumbing to his injuries. Someone at the scene would even capture the moment of Lil Durk seeing his deceased cousin and breaking down, which his ops would later post on social media to mercilessly troll him. Nooski's murder remains officially unsolved, but in online theories, Melly has always been one of the main suspects. Only about an hour and a half after Nooski had been killed, Melly would simply tweet a bunch of laughing emojis with no further context. This will be followed by another tweet of Melly saying that he had heard that somebody was looking for him, and yet another tweet, this time clearly referring to the shooting by posting a bunch of emojis depicting a person running and shooting. The following day, Melly would start making fun of Nooski more directly.
To do that, like, mind you, not just him, but like, you know, in the general speaking, like for a person to unalive somebody and then brag about it, it's a different type of evil right there. It's a different type of evil.
Laughing at someone commenting on the news story about the incident, and he would also make a tribute post to Fathead and Lil Mark saying how he wished he could see them again, but that he has to continue turning up for them in the streets. Crump, on the other hand, had been going back and forth with Nooski even before his death, with Crump calling Nooski a fake gangster, and not long after Nooski's death, Crump would let his infamous Twitter fingers loose, dissing Nooski for being an internet gangster who had been talking tough online, but now would face the real consequences. But Crump wasn't satisfied with just tweeting, and eventually, he would even post a video of himself at the murder scene, even saying how he was there with the very person who killed Nooski. He doesn't want to be on camera, which many have taken to be an obvious reference to 051 Melly.
Them left Nooski. They left his ass right here. You feel me? They left his ass up here on folks and them tweaking. Buying some shoes. Y'all see real niggas be up here though. Niggas play with me up here on folks in this building on the news. I look like Nooski. Hit his ass up right here on Pat. I'm with the that did. He don't want to be on camera though. Hit his ass up right here on Pat. Hey, fuck my boy up.
That's just dumb. That's just reckless. I mean, even though you didn't show the nigga, but that's snitching. Cause like if somebody else, they say if somebody else or bystander or whatever was seeing you, they recorded you, right? And then you just said on the internet, "Hey, yeah, I'm up here with the person that did it." And they post their video. Hey, this who he's with. People are going, oh, this is the person because he said it.
Right here, you feel me? Historic events. Y'all know I'm gonna bring y'all around this shit. Historic events. Wish you would play with me, boy. I look like Nooski. He ran into this though. He ran into the children's place, died like a bitch on Coke now. Goof. What do I look like, Nooski?
Lil Durk was obviously heartbroken.
I always see how people be trying to laugh at somebody for trying to get on. Like, bro, was I supposed to stand there and let you unalive me? I was supposed to run. Even in war, they run, they hide, then they get some protection, and then they do what they're supposed to do, or can do if they can do something. People be trying to laugh at somebody because they ran. They tried to leave. Bro, was the person supposed to stand there?
By the loss of his cousin, but this would be only the beginning of 051 Melly's campaign to torment Lil Durk. Later that year, Durk would actually come face to face with Melly, as the two would run into each other during a meet and greet event for the rapper T.I., where Durk was together with his OTF crew, while Melly would arrive with King Louie's Mubu crew. This would lead to a major scuffle between the two crews, requiring the police to break things up.
That's why you gotta watch who you're inviting to places, bruh. Oh,
Check it out. Good shit, bro. Good shit.
I heard that. Somebody got smacked.
Hey, bro, the police said, come on, bro. I already know to stay back, folks.
I want to give a special apology to my motherfucking brother, Henry from the shop, man. The shop 147. I apologize for disturbing the peace, OTF as a whole. Hearing you, my brother, and you know I got your back 100%. Talking about it, nigga choking me, man. What the f going on, man? You already know we can fight head up if you want to. We can shoot it out on you goof ass move, boo, man. You talking about Crump? Why the f was you running? Wrong with you, Louis too, man. Crump and Louis.
Afterwards, Melly would troll about the incident on Twitter, saying that Durk had panicked after seeing him and had failed to do anything to him before their crews got into it, perhaps subtly implying that Durk should have at least tried something given what Melly had done to Newski. But unfortunately for Durk, Melly had zero intentions of keeping the beef only on the internet. And less than a year after Newski's murder, he would allegedly strike again. In the early morning hours of the 27th of March 2015, Lil Durk's manager, OTF Chino, real name Uchina Aguina, was sitting in his car outside a fast food spot on the 8400 block of Stony Island Avenue. After having taken part in a meeting with basketball star Joakim Noah about their anti-violence campaign earlier that evening, then, just like in Newski's murder, an unknown assailant would suddenly walk up to the car, open fire, hitting Chino multiple times. By the time an ambulance would arrive to take him to the hospital, he would end up being pronounced dead on arrival. Afterwards, Mubu Crump would do what he did best, shooting another video of him visiting the death site and trolling Lil Durk, asking the cashier at the food store if they had an order for Newski before trolling and demanding a Chino burger.
Hey, y'all got that order for Newski? Chino burger. Chino burger. Yeah, y'all got it. Hey, ready? Oh, thank you. Oh, Bill. What's up? Y'all with that OTLK? Oh, man. Hey, this motherfucker bogus as hell, man. Y'all, this shit ain't done, man. Y'all done put this shit back on the grill, man. This shit disgusting, man. Get this shit together, man. For real, this shit bogus as hell.
Only about a week after Chino's murder, one of the founding members of the 600
That's
set, called Lil
dead.
Boo, real name Jerome Anderson, would also reportedly be gunned down by an assailant getting around in a gold-colored car. A member of 051 called Ario, real name Arius Fitch, would be arrested as a suspect in the case later that very same day, but many have also rumoured Melly to have been involved in the case, particularly as Lil Boo's sister would later diss Melly after his death, telling him to say hi to his brother in the afterlife.
Niggas are getting knocked
Following
off.
Chino's murder, Lil Durk has been rumoured to have placed a $150,000 bounty on Melly's head, which while unproven, may not be far-fetched given the murder-for-hire charges that Lil Durk is currently locked up for. This would allegedly lead to a young member of the THF-46 set called Raheem, who was only 15 years old at the time, to try and hunt Melly down a few months later in May, actually catching him and other 051 members on the 6000 block of South Wentworth Avenue and opening fire at them, hitting Melly in the head and foot, whilst also hitting others, including Lil Boo's alleged killer Ario. All victims would be taken to hospital with serious injuries, but miraculously, nobody would die in the incident, and afterwards, pictures were posted online showing Melly with crutches and a cast on his leg, while he would also jump on Twitter and let everybody know that he wasn't shaken by the incident one bit, as Melly's brother Wu would also later tell Zach TV.
Hey, I got two brothers and they know it. Arrow, check it out. What's up, what's up? My big brother Arrow, my big brother Melly. Y'all know we blood.
Zach and all this shit, finna see all this shit. All the
Shout out to Zach one time.
Shout out to JCV, man.
My nigga.
All the time, free roll.
It's your money, man. Tell you different on the camera, man. They be lying, man. We doing this shit.
Look, catch me her.
What a headshot, what shit y'all did, boy. That shit was shit.
Hey, no,
He
shout
not
out.
straight.
He really straight off that headshot. Man, y'all know it.
But unfortunately for Raheem, shooting the Chirac gravedigger but not killing him meant that he was going to be moving with a huge target on his back from that point onwards, and Melly would make it clear
How did
by
they know
swearing
you
on
did
Lil
it,
Mark's
though?
life that he was going to make his enemies suffer. Only a few days later, on the 24th of May, Raheem and another teen were walking in an alley near 45th Street and Cottage Grove Avenue in the Bronzeville neighborhood, when someone would ambush them and shoot both, killing Raheem while
If somebody, like, for them to come back and get you, they had to see, so one of them had to had seen you when you got off, or somebody snitching, bro. Somebody snitching, or they seen you do what you did, and then if they seen you, bro, you was then better off walking up.
injuring his friend. Once again, Melly's friend 051 Ario, who had just last month been arrested in the relation to the murder of Lil Boo, and who had been one of the people injured in the shooting together with Melly, would be arrested for the murder. This time, the arrest would also lead to charges. Police reports would later reveal how Ario's arrest had led to an absurd moment where he would allegedly pleasure himself inside the interrogation room. During the trial, the prosecutor would argue that Ario had murdered Raheem to avenge the earlier shooting that had also injured Melly. But once again, despite persistent rumors that Melly had also participated in the shooting, and numerous times that Melly had seemingly dissed Raheem and even implied that he'd taken part in the murder, Melly himself would never be charged.
Yeah, you gotta prove it.
We ain't doing shit. I don't know.
We don't know. I don't know what. We ain't smoking nobody.
I got shot 2 weeks. He expired.
I'm gonna read you a bedtime story and tuck you in.
Oh yeah.
Tell you about this when he walked down this dark alley. He ain't make it to the other end of the alley.
Just read the
Fuck on
comments.
walking on the alley.
I'm just asking you. I said you said you finna go to sleep.
I am.
And I said you want me to tell you about this story about this nigga, right? He went in through the one end of the alley, but he didn't make it to the other end. It was a black alley. Trying to tell you the story.
I've heard of it.
It's shit like these niggas are ops. Why the hell y'all on live together? And then for the person that he's talking about and that walked through the alley, why the hell are you walking through an alley late at night? No.
It's a story. Why you never heard? Why you wasn't there? Of course.
I've heard of it.
That's crazy, dog. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one.